Now, let's move on to Donald Trump. And here we go again as the president is striking trade deals with the UK, China. He's just secured $600 billion investment deal from the Saudis. The Democrats, or in this case, a lone House Democrat from Michigan, is trying to impeach him. Shri Thanedar is moving to force a chamber-wide vote on his impeachment resolution against President Donald Trump. Adam, will others join in this fight to impeach Trump? Are they going to take up the legislation?
No. As a matter of fact, I would say, from what I've seen, the sponsors of it initially have actually kind of pulled away. It's not going to go anywhere. But I think ultimately the point of it was to become an eccentric millionaire for this guy. Now we know who he is. He's an odd-looking, odd-acting type of person. And when it comes to being in Congress, this is what you actually have to do so people know your name. You have to be eccentric. You have to be bombastic and loud. Jasmine Crockett is another example. No one would care who she was if she wasn't loud and boisterous. So this is just another tactic coming from the Democrats as far as gaining attention, maybe to get more money from donors so people know who they are. But they have nothing. That's ultimately what this comes down to. They have nothing. They're out there just drawing at every possible thing that they can do. But at the end of the day, the Democrats stand for nothing. Donald Trump has beaten them all over the place because he has the interests of the American public. And what they're showing is that they don't know how to gain the interest of the American public because all they've been doing is catering to the top. They've been catering to the elite, the snobby little jerks like, what's his name? The young guy from, who's now getting ousted from the Democratic Party as vice chair.
Oh, yes, David Hogg. Yeah.
Right, David Hogg. They're ousting guys like him, but these are the types of people that they attract. So it doesn't shock me that they stand on nothing, and Shri is now getting the attention that he wants.
He's getting the attention, you're right. He does seem to be from the Jasmine Crockett School of Politics, but they don't need anything to try to impeach Donald Trump. We've seen them do this before. They've been down this road with absolutely nothing, and sometimes to appease their base, their more radical elements. This is what they focus on. Now, meanwhile, we've got Donald Trump in his Middle East tour. He began it in Saudi Arabia, where he was feted like a king. But before he left, he did address the controversy over accepting a $400 million jet from Qatar. Here he gets into a bit of a heated argument with an ABC journalist, and he fact-checks this journalist who claims the jet was a personal gift to Trump.
Mr. President, what do you say to people who view that luxury jet as a personal gift to you? Why not leave it behind?
You're ABC fake news, right?
Why not?
It's only ABC. Well, a few of you would. Let me tell you, you should be embarrassed asking that question. They're giving us a free jet. I could say, no, don't give us. I want to pay you $1 billion or $400 million or whatever it is. Or I could say, thank you very much. There was an old golfer named Sam Snead. Did you ever hear of him? He won 82 tournaments. He was a great golfer. And he had a motto: when they give you a putt, you say, thank you very much. You pick up your ball and you walk to the next hole. A lot of people are stupid. They say, no, I insist on putting it. And then they putt it and they miss it. And their partner gets angry at them. You know what? Remember that, Sam Snead. When they give you a putt, you pick it up and you walk to the next hole and you say, thank you very much.
Respectfully, sir, as a businessman, some people may look at this and say, have you ever been given a gift worth millions of dollars and then not received anything?
It's not a gift to me. It's a gift to the Department of Defense. And you should know better because you've been embarrassed enough, and so has your network. Your network is a disaster. ABC is a disaster.
Adam, I've got to say, I love these little anecdotes, the life lessons, and I've got to ask you, is he right? Do you not look a gift horse in the mouth? If someone gives you a $400 million gift for your Department of Defense, you go, thank you, but you doesn't mean that you're going to give them anything, doesn't mean you're obligated. Or is the acceptance of this gift going to be seen as some sort of a bribe?
Well, not everything, not everyone's money is good money, and not every gift is a gift. In foreign policy, people give you things for leverage. No one's giving you $400 million. I know the Qataris seem like they have just endless cash, but they're not doing it because of charity. At the end of the day,
Of
they want
course.
something in exchange, whether it's now or whether it's later on. But I would actually want to highlight the optics of this. The optics of it doesn't look good. You know, Donald Trump, rightly, is going after colleges for anti Semitism, but accepting a gift from the Qataris and not realizing that much of the anti Semitism is being fueled by the Qataris seems to be a bad optic. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's not consistent. So while maybe there are other ways, more normal ways, that the Qataris could have worked out some sort of deal with the United States. It's not to say that they should cut off all diplomatic ties with them, but to accept a gift, while it's not a personal gift that he's going to use, in his personal time, it is something that he's going to utilize as a temporary plane while he gets a new Air Force One. So he does sort of benefit from it. And from the optics of it, it doesn't look good for him to take it from the Qataris or any other nation for such a massive valued gift.
Yes, Adam, you make a great point there about universities because American universities are beneficiaries of billions in grants from Qatar. And you could argue that has a lot to do with some of the activism we see on university campuses. But if Trump is going to accept this on the behalf of Department of Defense and treat the Qataris precisely as he was going to treat them before, then I can kind of understand his rationale for taking the gift and just accepting it's not coming with any obligations. You're going to get the same treatment from the US as you always were. Adam B Coleman, always a pleasure. Thanks for your time.